Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Now, I feel like it has been the longest time since I uploaded a video. Of course, I missed the video for the Man City game. That was not intentional, by the way, guys. I actually couldn't film that weekend. It just happened to be the weekend we got absolutely bullied by City. And then, of course, there was the international break. So it feels like I've been away for ages. I do apologise for missing that City game, even though I don't think it would have been the most positive video, let's be honest, but I'm back with a more positive video today because of course we beat Norwich 1-0 yesterday. This is going to be my match reaction plus my player ratings, so let's get into the video. So guys, Arsenal have finally got some points on the table. We finally scored a goal and boy did that need to happen yesterday. Honestly, if we had drawn or lost that game, I think the fan base, the club in general would have gone into total meltdown. The only thing that was important in my opinion yesterday was to get those 3 points and, you know, kickstart this season, forget about the dreadful start we've had and just start to build some momentum. It definitely was not a pretty game. It was hard fought. It was very scrappy at times. The goal itself, the one goal in the game, was not even a great goal. Very scrappy, like I said, but to be honest with you, I don't really care. The main thing for me yesterday was getting the 3 points, just starting our season off, and we did that, so I'm feeling pretty positive. I'm going to go into the game in a bit more depth, tell you what I thought about it, talk about the goal, and then I will move on to the player ratings. So, like I said, yesterday's performance was certainly not the best Arsenal performance we've seen. Very frustrating at times. I think we had 30 shots on goal, which is the most shots we've had in any game since 2017, so 4 years. So when you look at stats like that, you'd think, do you know what, we played really well, that's so many opportunities, but the fact that we only got 1 goal, to me, is quite worrying. I think against a better opposition, no disrespect to Norwich at all, I think against a better opposition we will be punished. I think we've got to take these chances. To be honest, this is something we've been saying for months and months now. We've really been struggling to find goals. I just don't understand it. I don't know where the problem is because obviously we are creating the chances. It's just in that final third, it's just not coming through. We're not actually getting the goals. So that is a worry for me. But like I was saying yesterday, all that mattered was getting those 3 points and we did so. So the 1 goal was enough. But yeah, that is definitely something I am slightly worried about. Moving on to the goal itself then, of course it all started with that beautiful pass from Thomas Partey from midfield through to Saka, who then plays Pepe in, who then goes on to hit the post twice. Honestly, I was thinking, why is this ball not going in the net? We need this so badly, but of course Aubameyang does eventually get the tap in, and honestly I celebrated that goal like we had just scored the best goal I've ever seen. I was so excited that we'd finally scored a goal. It was long awaited, it was just so necessary, wasn't it? I think we all felt exactly the same way. I was really pleased that Aubameyang got the goal. I know it wasn't the prettiest, but do you know what? Maybe that will sort of spark his confidence and set him off for the season. Fingers crossed anyway, let's hope so. There was, of course, that small scare after the goal as well with VAR, potentially Aubameyang being offside, and with Mike Dean in charge of VAR, honestly, I did think it would get overruled. I thought we'd be back to 0-0, back to being stressed, but fortunately, somehow we got a decision going our way, which is very unusual. Ask any Arsenal fan, they will agree with me, I'm sure. I was so happy that did not get overruled because that would have just been Arsenal's luck, wouldn't it? Anyway, let's now move on to the player ratings, starting with Aaron Ramsdale. I was personally really excited to see him in the starting 11. I thought he was really great against West Brom in the Carabao Cup, and to be honest with you, I think he had a really good performance. Of course, he didn't have that much to do in terms of sort of shot stopping, but with the ball at his feet, he was very calm, very confident, and I think that's exactly what our back line needs. Recently with Leno, I haven't been feeling that confident. I feel like he brings a sort of sense of panic, especially playing out from the back. I didn't feel like that at all yesterday with Ramsdale. I'd like to see him play every game from now on. Don't know what everyone else thinks about that, whether they would want to stick with Leno or if they prefer Ramsdale, but for me, he had a very solid performance yesterday. 2 clean sheets now, so I'm going to be giving him a 7 out of 10. Next we have Tomiyasu. Of course, he made his Arsenal debut yesterday and he really impressed me. I think he was one of our best players in the first half especially. Great pace, great going forwards, created some chances and was also very good defensively. I'm really excited to see what he's going to bring to this team. I think he's going to end up being a key component. I'm going to give him an 8 for yesterday. And then onto the centre-backs, so Ben White and Gabriel. Of course, this was Gabriel's first game for a while, coming back from injury, and then also Ben White's first game since the Brentford game. I think he was out with COVID, wasn't he? Something like that. Anyway, I thought they looked really good together, actually. I think that is my choice of centre-back pairing going forward. I think they looked pretty assured on the ball. There was some good link-up play with the midfielders. Overall, a very solid performance. They didn't have loads and loads to do. Norwich didn't pose that much of a threat, but from what I did see, they looked very good. I'm going to give them a 7. And then the final defender, Kieran Tierney. To be honest, not the most brilliant performance. Definitely wasn't one to write home about. Decent. I'm just going to give him a 6. Moving on to midfield then, starting with Ainsley Maitland-Niles, of course. Xhaka was suspended and Elneny was injured. Partey wasn't quite ready to start, so Ainsley Maitland-Niles came into that starting 11. And for me, I love Ainsley, but he just didn't really impress me yesterday. I don't think he sort of put a stamp down and said, I'm going to challenge for this position. It's going to be really hard to drop me. I think he's very easy. He will be easily dropped. I think Xhaka and Elneny quite easily walk straight back into that position, which is a real shame because, like I say, I do really love Ainsley. But yeah, for me, it's going to be a 5 for yesterday's performance. And then on to his partner in midfield for yesterday, Albert Sambi Lokonga, my man of the match. I thought he was absolutely incredible that first half. He was actually an injured out going into this game after the time he spent during the international break with Belgium, but for me, he looked on fire. He has so much energy. The energy he brings to this team is just something else. I'd love to see him starting with Thomas Partey in midfield every week. I personally think he's so much more exciting and better to watch than Granit Xhaka. Yeah, I just think he is great. So confident, great carrying the ball. I just cannot wait to see what's to come from this guy, honestly. He's getting an 8 from me. Moving on to Martin Odegaard then, he really impressed me in the first sort of opening stages of the game, the first 20-30 minutes. I thought he pressed exceptionally well. He was running his absolute socks off and, you know, just getting really stuck in, which I love to see. But after the sort of 30-minute mark, we let Norwich into the game more. They had more time on the ball and he was less influential. But overall, I thought he was quite good yesterday. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. We have Pepe. I thought he looked really good yesterday. Whenever he had the ball, it looked like he was going to make something happen. He won us a few corners. Didn't take the best corners though. I wasn't really impressed with his corner taking yesterday, but in all, I thought he looked quite good. Definitely was influential in the one goal of the game. Of course, hitting the post twice, so I'm going to give him a 7.5. On to Bukayo Saka and Aubameyang. They're both getting 7s from me. I thought Bukayo Saka had an average game, wasn't his best game, and then Aubameyang also didn't have an amazing game, but he did get the all-important goal, so I'm going to give them both a 7. I thought they were fairly sort of average, let's say. Then, of course, we had Thomas Partey come on, Emil Smith-Rowe, and also Cedric Suarez. I'm not going to give them a score, but I will say that I think Thomas Partey is a game changer. I cannot wait for him to be starting every week again. I think he is definitely one of our best players. He was really instrumental in getting the goal as well last night, so he was very impressive in my opinion. So yeah, anyway guys, I think I will end that video there. Very happy with the 3 points we managed to get yesterday. I know it wasn't the prettiest of performances. I am slightly nervous going forwards, but let's just hope that was the start of what is going to be a good season for us. Do let me know down below in the comments who your man of the match was. Smash a big thumbs up on the video and also subscribe if you're new. Hope you all have a really lovely weekend. Finally, Arsenal have given us something to smile about, and also Spurs lost, so that's another great thing to smile about. I'll see you guys all very soon.